What's going on, gentlemen? How's everybody doing today? Yes, indeed, we're a little early. We're about 24 hours early. Man, D4 is coming out tomorrow. I'm still racking my brain as to what class to play. But I think I figured it out. But man, we might have to build. We might have to throw something together before they actually launch it tomorrow. Test things out, see how the skill tree looks, so we don't waste too much time thinking about it in game. We can just do it. We can hurry up, get to level 50, and try us out some PvP. Looking forward to that, man. It's the big unknown from all of these betas, and I'm a little concerned about it. Based on how it's put out there, dude, and the things that we know now, it ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be the same as D2. Thank God. It's gonna be a little bit different, but how good that is remains to be seen. Kyle's number 1 on the like. By the way, dude, that's awesome. I am number 5. We got there. We got there. A little late to the party, but thanks for the reminder. And I would highly suggest, if you guys are watching this now or later on, go ahead, hit that like button as well, man. It can't hurt. And by the way, Hansy, are we gonna get? Is this gonna pop up? Is this gonna pop up in the spaceship? I see you, bro. I see you. You know what? It could just be that this thing is settling down from traveling at light speed around the planet. Greater than light speed, actually. 8 times per second. This thing travels around the planet, which teleports us to Sanctuary. It's probably still chilling. Trying to chill out. Getting warmed up. Engines still cooling down. But Hansy, 88, my dude, thank you so much for renewing that membership, man. Big cheers to that. Yeah, I honestly have my fears about that, but I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be, just based on some of the anecdotal things that I've seen, but we don't know. That's the thing. It could be the fact that as soon as everybody gets geared up, paragoned up, like all leveled to 100, then everybody's one-shotting each other, and then like, okay, it's D3. But until I see that, like, I can't say that the PvP is D3. Like, that's what we need to see. We just need to see completely unbalanced PvP where everybody's one-shotting each other. That is D3. So as long as it's not that, I mean, that's a pretty low bar, but, you know, it's certainly something that I think could kill the game if it's not done properly. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing to see unfold, but we're gonna jam it, man. I'm gonna try to stream that as much as possible. I'll probably be jamming No Life in it. Just throwing caution to the wind tomorrow, and we're just gonna do it, man. We're just gonna do it. I'm in one of those modes. I'm in one of those zones where I say, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Drops will be enabled on my channel as well on Twitch. That's where I'll be streaming it. Also, dude, they have some pretty cool stuff. They have some pretty cool stuff that they're doing. Did you guys see this? Hold on, we can cut over. Check it out. This is a quick look at the card, man. It's a quick look at the card. We still have some updates on the way. A little bit shorter of a card tonight, but I say good. Like, nice chill night. Hopefully, I mean, all of these guys are fun to watch. I'll probably get my ass kicked by Dio very quickly. I haven't really over prepared for the match. It's great. I've realized that no matter how much you prepare, you're not beating Dio on a Paladin. So, you know, it'll be quick. It'll be easy. I shall accept my loss like a champion. Like a true someday champion should. But then we got Duke, we got Max, we got Tempest, Silly, Sincor, Doombringer. P-Money, by the way, who's like moving up in the ranks. Look at this guy. Hold on. Boom. Look at this guy. He's knocking on the door for a title shot, dude, I would say. We don't see Riz on the card this week. I assume probably because Wednesday didn't work for him. But dude, I was so looking forward to seeing a Toshank v Riz. You know, I think that would have been really cool. But also P Money, dude. I'm telling you, that's also looking good. But very, very good, very fun card. Yeah, always good, man. Like I said, a little bit shorter. I didn't double up the matches as much today. I just figured, hey, like whoever shows up, that's how we'll double them up, dude. If someone loses, wants a second chance, we'll still have that active. Still doing that. So, you know, we'll go that direction with it. The slaughter. You're right, man. You're right. All right, so by the way, the drops. Let's check these out real quick. Have you guys seen this? Twitch drops, I assume, tomorrow. If you are at all interested in getting cosmetics and getting some cool stuff for D4, you might be wondering when you see people walking around with it how to do it. Well, this is what they're doing as part of the campaign for Diablo 4. They're having it so that if you watch certain Twitch streamers, you can get rewards. Well, actually, for the first part of this, for the Twitch drops, you actually don't even need to watch certain ones. You just need to watch anybody streaming Diablo 4 with Twitch drops enabled. I would highly suggest watching your favorite streamers who you know enable Twitch drops, because it is a button that a streamer has to go in and check off and make sure that they have enabled. But if you're looking to pick some of these things up, I'll show you these real quick, because these are just something that you get for watching streamers, just literally having their stream up, checking them out. It's kind of cool. So they're doing these for 4 weeks, I believe, and I believe you have to watch for a grand total of 3 hours. You can certainly check. I'll leave a link for this below. In fact, I'll link you guys in chat right now, but I'll leave a link below, and feel free to check in and read into this, you know, at your discretion, and check this out. But I'm just going to go over the basics of these. Watch anybody who's streaming Diablo 4 with Twitch drops enabled for 3 hours. During week 1, you get this. There's Twitch drops for the Rogue and the Necro to save you a whole bunch of shit. They look like this. They're kind of cool. And I'm not sure if these will ever be given out again, or if they'll be available later in the store or whatnot. But a good opportunity to get them for free and check out the game. And this is starting up June 5th at 4 p.m. Pacific. So add 3 hours to that for Eastern. That's 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's not tomorrow. Okay, this is starting June 5th, the first technical official week of the game launch. So you want to make sure to pay attention to those times. Week 2, Twitch drops are for the Sorcerer. If you're starting up with this, week 2 is your week, man. I would highly suggest just getting all of these, though, and watching your boy. I mean, why not? But these are pretty cool. This is starting up June 12th. Technically at 3 a.m. for you Easterners, right? Technically 3 a.m. But yeah, there's that. Week 3 is the Druid. And you have these pretty, you know, these cosmetics right here. Nice helm, nice setup here. That's starting June 19th. So they're doing this for quite a long time. And then week 4, you get these cool looking things for the Barbarian, which I think a lot of people are going to be playing, especially if you go 4 weeks into this. People are at least going to be starting up a Barb. I would imagine I probably would too. I hear it's a pretty overpowered class in the end game. But it sucks for getting through the game. So maybe we'll get through the game with something else, skip the story on the Barb, and do it that way. But I'll be looking for a team, so I'll be probably putting that together last minute in the chat. So make sure if you want to be, if you need some friends, pop into my stream, dude. Good chance to get your drops right there, but also come play with me because I need friends. So yeah, that week 4 is starting June 26th, by the way. So this is going to be going on all of June. Now, this is the other cool thing that they're doing right here that I certainly appreciate. This is called the support a streamer thing. And this is, in addition to the drops, support a streamer is what this is called. It's something we do in addition to watching the stream, right? It's completely separate. You can get this without having your 3 to 6 hours in, right? To get the previous drops that were listed above. Basically, all you have to do for this from June 5th all the way to July 2nd. So basically, during this entire time, this whole month of when they're doing these special drops, all you got to do is just show your support for eligible D4 creators by gifting their channel 2 Twitch subscriptions of any tier. You might want to check the list of eligible Twitch channels for a support streamer if you're curious, like, oh, I'm going to give it to my favorite one. Go to this site and check this. It says visit here for a complete list. When you click this, you're not going to see me on there, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. I talked with Adam Fletcher, Pez Radar, earlier today. He said we're all good. I was a little late signing up on something, so leave it to me. So my channel is good. If you're interested in doing that for me, just gift 2 subs, and not only does it help us out, but hey, they see some value in doing this, so let's go. But yeah, and any further questions with this, feel free to check this out. But I just wanted to give you guys a brief synopsis of what to do here, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be talking about Twitch drops and be wondering how to get them. So just pop in and watch, and or gift 2 subs to your favorite eligible streamer. Check that list and see if it's me. See if it's me that you want to gift them to. And when you do, I want to thank you in advance. That's basically it. But yeah, boys, looking forward to it. Seeing you. I will see you tomorrow in this game right here, jamming this. Maybe I'll subscribe to myself twice and get these mounts. But either way, looking forward to this. D4 just on the horizon. Curious to see how this game pans out. Get into the end game, do some PvP, and hopefully see some of these sick mounts and cosmetics on my due to yours. It's pretty simple, man. Just come chill with your boy. By the way, just want to say, I'm a little late on this, but my dude Kyle, big cheers, man. We're going to, hold on, it's spaceship time. Bro, big cheers, man. Thank you so much for that. This is crazy. This is one hell of a way to start off the stream, man. I really appreciate that. Big cheers to you, Kyle. And a return to the spaceship, cheers to you, Hansy. You guys are the best. All right, so what do we got? Deeds up. What? Deeds, the slaughter. Toe still be chain locker, best change locker of all time. Yeah, 100%. Certainly one of the best, if not the best. Yeah. But so this is what I'm gonna do. I don't see any newbies to the DFC on this card, so everybody should be familiar with what to do. But if you ever do join up and you're a newbie and you're like, what the hell do I do? After you're on this card, man, after you signed up on Arena GL, just pop over into the Discord, jump into the share your or join the stream channel in Discord. I'm popping into there right about now. Hold on. Navigating. Join the stream voice channel. Here I am, baby. Just pop in there, and once you're ready, once you're in game with your opponent, just share your screen. What I'm going to do is try to keep an eye on the Discord voice channel to see if anybody shares their screen, but if not, this is what we'll do. We're just going to pop over, and we're going to start building this character, getting things ready for our matches tonight, which hopefully they go down. I know it is sort of a weird night for people, DFC on a Wednesday. I usually don't like switching things up too much. I really don't like switching the day, but it seems like Thursday is always the day that hits with ladder resets, with launches. We might have to permanently switch it, just see what happens, because we always run into this. We always have to, like, swap out the DFC. Well, I get to duel 16 poison, small charm, strafes on. Sick. It sounds like I'm gonna get out-skilled. You know, I heard plague was one hell of a rune word. You might not get out-skilled, but don't get out-build. There's probably a better word for that, but it's just fucking gear choice, dude. Like, poison has got to be the easiest fucking thing to gank. Like, you literally have to put together a build that's as stupid as mine to not get to have it so that people can't completely nerf your poison. I mean, you have to put together a build with ass loads of 451 charms to even have a shot of that happening. Otherwise, plague kills everything. And even then, when you have, what is it, like, absolute metric ass tons of these charms like I have. I got some mixed up here, but yeah, when you have absolute metric ass tons of them, even then, plague just blows, dude. Like, it fucks you up good. All right, there we go. Now we're all set. Hold on, let me get my charms figured out here. Gosh, we got ass loads of... Look at this, dude. All right, cold charms. All right, let's get rid of these. Let's get this guy statted up. Let's get him looking good. No more of this. No more of this crap. GG's only down here. Cold res still looking good. All res looking good now. Oh, bro, I'm not looking to get rid of any of these, but if you want to trade football graphic for something else, I'm down for that. Yeah, I'm trying to collect more, dude. I don't even have close to enough. I need 37 of these hoes. Yeah, Toe, if you need to borrow some, dude, let me know. I got 17 right here, bud. Just let me know. Remember not to activate Venom. Because believe it or not, that also fucks your poison damage. But yeah, we're getting geared up, man. Yeah, I need a full inventory of 451 so I can make, basically, I'm gonna make some crazy characters when I finally get those. I'm gonna make just ridiculous characters that no one should ever make. By the way, I'm gonna jump into a game here. Maybe get some practice licks in. Hold on, let me test the ping. I'm gonna make Jack 1, but let me test the ping. See how good or bad it is. FPS. Let's see, it started out horrible. How is it now? It's even more horrible. We're gonna go Jack 2. Let's make the password X. Just gonna check this. See if we can connect to a Canadian server. That's what we need. Dude, what the fuck is up with this ping? Why does it do this? Like 394 ping? Are you kidding me? What is this shit? 93 is probably the best I'm gonna get. 110. No, we can't have it going over 100. We're gonna try this one more time. Check 1 password X. They should just immediately connect all of us in Maine to Canadian servers. 400. All right, so does a Canadian want to make a game that I can join? Because this ping is like, I have no idea what's going on. Somebody from the East Motherland of Canada. Quebec and further east. GG. Thanks, Joby. And thanks, Kyle. Mick88. All right, cool. Hey, that's better. At least it's not 400 ping right off the bat. There we go, baby. 79. We'll take that. That's about as good as it gets in these parts. 63. Oh, this is really good now. Feeling good. Hey, thanks for that, man. Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for being on deck for that too, Joby. Mucho appreciado. Anybody got a druid? Dude, 47 ping. Oh my god, this is the game, bro. This is the game. It's got a bridge map too. Holy shit. H map and a bridge map. That's a perfect map. Bro, you couldn't have farmed anything better. Yeah, I need to get some licks in on a druid, man. I'm probably gonna lose, but it will be good to be in shape. You know what I mean? It'll be good to be ready to go. All right, let's get this set up. I have a very weird setup, as I always do. I was actually inspired by seeing Toshank play Din versus Druid the other day. I think he was using 105 cast and was just chucking hams. So instead of using the bow to try to proc life tap this time, I actually have a duel setup with Exile and Grief on one side. I don't think I have a lot of DR. I think I only have 43 DR. But we also have, you know, we have Exile Grief on one side, and then we have 125 cast on the other. So we can still teleport around, chuck mad hams for 12k, but then when he comes in, we can up zeal, we can smite, we can grab name locks, we can do what we need to do. So it's just a, you know, it's an interesting setup, something different I'm trying. I don't like the fact that it has such low damage reduction, but we do have Oak Sage with this setup, so I guess that's a little better. Yeah, 43 is, like, it's not horrible. It's not great, but I don't have any COAs that I can wear that are low enough strength for this build, and I didn't really want to like restat it. But I probably eventually will. I'll do it when I either hit 99 with this, or I'll just turn my current level 99 Din into, you know, into the main Din. But ideally this would be a Chambeard COA, and I have one. I just need to retoken this guy, and I'm just not going to do it. We don't go for that kind of cheese. We're not that cheesy. The reason we build such a cheesy build is because we like to be versatile. We like to be able to tackle any problem as it arises with the current build that we have. So in order to do that, you have to have some very strange builds. Some, you know, and sometimes it just, you're like, damn, I should retoken here. But we just don't. We just don't, man. We ain't that kind of Din. We are a little bit low on mana, though. I think I have all of the... Yeah, I have all of the mana charms I'd really want. This is perfect, man. H-map. Someone want to kick my ass on a Wind Druid real quick? I need specifically a Wind Druid. This, I think, is going to be my toughest matchup against, or one that I certainly want to be ready for against Dio. It's practically an auto loss for me, but I think it'll be good. Like it's going to be fun. I've accepted my loss. We're just going to jam it. I haven't had a lot of good matchups in the last few weeks. I've been getting jammed against some really tough characters, and you know, but hey. It is how it is. In Diablo 4 PvP, we're gonna have teammates, and nothing's gonna be fair. So that will make I'll feel even better at that point. The game name is MYK, like Mick MYK 8, password 8. Yep, just kind of curious about this setup, if it holds any water. You know, if it's even viable. Droid the Druid, that's sick. Good name. Got you, bro. Like, okay, there we go. Trashed him. All right. Let's get all bowed up. Get some practice licks in, boys. Let's see how it goes. Let's see this build. Let's see. I gotta take some notes. I gotta channel my inner Toshank for this. All right, let's just do it. GG. We ate that NATO just for the name lock. I heard some hammers hit, and I was like, he's got to be like 1-2 smites, maybe. That's a good duel. And that's how we do it. We're not really abusing the life leech. We're just abusing the life tap, hopefully. And maybe we'll get this item banned. Maybe we'll get Exile banned. Maybe it will, if I beat Dio finally, that could be a case to ban Exile. But only time will tell. Okay, so a data point for that glitch. You guys remember that glitch from last week where like we couldn't swap weapons without teleport getting jammed up? Data point. If I do this on Exile side with Grief and I swap out to battle orders, I get glitched. If I do it on Hodo side, I do not. There's also 2 Oak Sage charges when I do that. So it's interesting. All right, so our friend here has to go after the last after this next duel because of wife aggro. But if anybody else has a druid, man, feel free to pop in. You need versus max block versus druids. I think well, we don't quite have it, but we're close enough. All right, here we go. Baby, that life tap, man. That life tap, baby. That LT though. GG's. Thanks for helping me practice, dude.
Good day.
How much cold absorb? None. None. Probably Raven is the better way to go. Maybe a double bared COA with Raven is the better way to go, but this guy isn't tokened properly. So we'll have to keep that in mind for next time. We're just going to run it. We're going to run the build as is.
Greetings.
This recent Diablo 4 footage is unfortunate. Longtime fan, by the way. Just never checked a stream. By the way, Screws. Big cheers to you, man. Thanks for popping in. All right, we got a Sorceress here. Not quite what we're geared up for, but you know what? Jam, slam, Alabama, as a wise man once said. Not sure if he's cold yet. We're gonna... We're just gonna pop in. We figured out he was lightning. We figured out he was lightning. He breaks out the Gandhi quotes. Yeah, I think that's who it was. Gandhi, quote unquote, Jam Slam Alabama. I think that's where it originated. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to find it on the internet. Gandhi's wicked old dude. He said a lot of shit, some of which got written down, some of it didn't. That was one of the things that only has been passed down through ancient wives' tales and smart people who understood the quote and knew how to use it. And here we are in Diablo 2 PvP, putting it to great use. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. Okay, so as a wise woman once said. Yep. I done scared away all the druids, man. I done scared them all away. That's what this paladin does, man. Like, look at him with his green ass head and his green ass scepter now, his green ass mace. Yeah, we match. Because that's how we roll in the DFC. We match. We like to match. We like to get ahead of the game.
Victory shot on me.
Wow. That's Benj. Bro. Big cheers to you. Victory shot. We at least got something. We got some good licks in. And dude, I want to say thank you so much for that 5 spot, brother. That means a lot. This Din, though. He ain't here to mess around. We took a little bit of inspiration from Toshank last week. If you remember that, we had a bonus duel from Toshank. And we saw him go up against Dio on a 125 cast Din, just chucking hams, chasing him down, getting aggressive. So I think that's going to be slightly the game plan here. I know how Dio gets if you get too aggressive, though. I've dueled him enough to know that you can only do it, you can surprise aggress him. That's how it's got to be. Just surprise aggress him. Grab the name lock or something. Just get real sneaky about it. And then surprise aggress. If you know that he doesn't have pets, just boom, chain. My plan is to get like a hammer field going. Just have this hammer field up. And then when he comes in, hopefully he loses all of his pets. If he does, I'm going to be hunting for a name lock and try to chain him. Because I have life tap, I might actually dare to eat some nados in trying to chain hammer him. I might take a risk, try see how it goes, but just trying to channel the inner toe. Oh, that was you, Kyle? Yeah, dude. I appreciate it. We're just trying to get some licks in. I would go to a pub game, but I don't want to lose this game right here. This is sick ping. Sick ping, we ain't trying to lose it. So this is the game name. If anybody wants to join on their Drews. Yo, what's up, Maddie? How do I get into becoming a PvP god? Do I just start PKing? I mean, yeah, it can't hurt. Basically, just hit the hostile button and kill players. I think if you're starting from scratch, that's the best way to do it. I would honestly suggest that. You could walk into a into a duel game and hope for some good-mannered duels. There's a lot of those going on these days. There's some bad-mannered people in there, so basically you're going to get bad manners no matter where you go. So if you're just trying to test out the damage of your build, though, I would highly suggest just popping in, hitting the hostile button on a group of random players, letting them rage, and whoever kicks around, go murder them. Because then you'll gain some practice on it. They're basically like test dummies, you know what I mean? And every once in a while, you'll get one that fights back. So, it's certainly something. It gets the juices flowing. And then eventually try stepping into a good-mannered PvP pub game or something, and then do some good-mannered duels. Basically, that just means you say go first and wait for your opponent to say go. And then undoubtedly, someone will pop into the game who's a shithead, probably has an Oradin, and he'll hostile you and the whole team and just run around. All you got to do is just bone prison that guy and walk back into town. He'll likely save an exit. And then from there, if he doesn't, if he comes in with another character, just kill that person. Just gang up on him. You'll likely have a team of players helping you out. So you'll get some team V1 experience. And then from there, man, it's just getting good on your class. Yeah, PK and randoms is pretty fun, man. Is there rules like not using sword? Yeah, there's basically, you can use sword, but there's limits to it. Which, by the way, brings me to an interesting announcement. So I didn't want to make anything with this short of notice for this DFC. However, for the next one, we've done some testing. We're pretty confident in changing a current rule in the DFC. And that rule is surrounding lightning absorb. There's no characters that, you know, that deal lightning damage that this really Fs, except for like lightning sorceresses, which nobody runs those. And if they did, they're probably running conviction on the main hand, which go for it, dude. Well, anyways, what we're gonna do is go 85-15 with well, it's two things, two parts, right? So it can be 85-20 with no T gods, right? So 85 max light res with 20% absorb, or you could go T gods plus 15%. This is basically in response to trappers. Truthfully, I honestly still don't think that's enough, but it's a step in the right direction. It certainly balances things out a little bit, and the reason why is, in case people weren't aware, trap damage was made astronomically good in the most recent patch. A lot of rule sets dial back the amount of hard points you can put into a trapper, but I think that makes us look like pussies. I'm not gonna lie. That's why we never dialed anything back with the Necro when the Necro was broken, but guess what? We fixed the Necro, didn't we? Nobody plays it anymore because it just keeps getting smashed. We fixed it, and you can build it as busted as you want. In fact, we had to dial rules back for the Necro, give him some things back, dude. You know, but yeah, it's still a good class. I think this is a step in the right direction for fixing the trap sin and a lot of other lightning builds. FOH as well is sort of a cheesy build. Some people go full FOH, but it's really cheesy. It's just sort of like an Oridin, where you can kind of stay on the outside. You can hit a lot, but you just don't hit for, you know, you don't hit for a lot. It also makes it so that VTs, if their whole plan is just to stay off the map and VT and, you know, hit you with the FOH, it's going to take a lot longer. You'll still take damage, but it's going to take a lot longer. You'll just have a lot more forgiveness. But really, it's for the lightning traps in, which has been a big problem in recent history for PvP. But not effective for this week, but certainly for next. By the way, what's up, RH? T-Gods plus Wisp allowed? Yeah, technically it is. So what it is it's T-Gods with 15% absorb, so you can't have a 20% Wisp and T-Gods. It would have to be 15% Wisp with T-Gods. Or 85 max res and 20% absorb, no T-Gods. So basically 85 max light res. If you wear T-Gods, you can go 15% absorb. If you don't wear T-Gods, you can go 20% absorb. So yeah, we're gonna try it like that. It's gonna force the trapper builds into really going full trap, which we have seen a lot of trapper builds, mainly just, you know, and they're hybrids, because a sin is so versatile, it can just hybrid itself to take on any matchup. Well, now those builds are going to have to commit a little bit to one or the other. Do you want to be a hybrid, or do you want to be a trapper? If you want to be a trapper, life is going to be a little bit rough. If you want to be an exciting hybrid that closes the distance, well, there you go. A little bit more fun to watch, but also I think it's in line with what people are going to do to you in pub games. You know, if they just don't like you, they're going to oversorb. So while I don't think this is oversorbing by any means, it just raises the limit. Oh yeah, that's true actually. That's a good point, Toe. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yep, good point. So what should we do with that? Just allow the same thing that it currently is, T-Gods plus nothing, or 85-15 or 80-20. Yeah, he's never lost on Trapper, I don't think, has he? Maybe he has. I shouldn't say that. We can actually check. Yeah, we can check it out. We can check. We can fact check. Yeah, this is what it is. I'm gonna pull up all-time stats. Toe shank on the assassin. Build trapper. He's also on a hybrid. I'm actually going to take the Trapper note off and just show all of his duels on an Assassin. All right, here we go. Here we go, baby. Let's get this looking okay. Boom. Here it is. Do some zooming. Never fucking lost once. Never fucking lost once, boys. Ever. Facts check out pretty well. No losses. Toe shank on a sin. This guy doesn't lose. Never once. 0 losses. No opponents populated under losses. Yeah, that's a pretty good argument for it. Yeah, that's solid. I wouldn't mess with toe shank on a Trapper, boys. It's not going to be a good night. It's not going to be a good night for you if you do. All right, let's check this out. We've got a 99 Amazon in here. We've got a Sin. In search of a Druid. Hi, sir, Mr. Cool, teach me. BRB, and then he left. Okay. Oh, I was gonna try to teach him. Oh, Druid just left, said BRB. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, if he's on a Druid, he'll probably beat me because it's hard to beat Druids. Yo, what's up, Max? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Dude, I wish we got to see more Marvel in the DFC, dude. More Marvel and Piwa. These guys are nasty, man. I see Marvel every once in a while in a pub game. This is what Marvel does. He pops into a pub game. He's like think of Marvel as like he's like the D-clone of PvP, right? Just remember when D-clone first started up, right? Nobody knew how to beat it. You know, they were like, oh shit, I can't beat this with my trash ass build. You kind of had to know what to do, right? Marvel's like the D-clone of PvP. He pops in. He's not there for a long time. He's just there to kick your ass and leave. And that's usually what happens. You say go, you get a couple of rounds in, and you probably die both of them. And then he's gone. Think of it like a D4 world event, right? You don't kill a Shava quick enough, she's gone. It's the same thing with Marvel. Yeah, Dio, I'm down for that, dude. I'm down for that, bro. Here, I'm in a good Canadian game right now. Come to just try to friend join me. It's a Canadian server game with good ping. We cleared the more H map and everything, dude. I'm gonna pull up because I'm a paladin and I can do that according to the current DFC rules. I can pull up, I can life tap. Gosh, I feel like a whole block of cheese, boys. And I'm excited about it.
Not in town.
The order welcomes you.
Yeah. Who made these? Probably was some sort of pally main, I would guess. But thank God they did. Whoever made these rules. I've been trying to get life tap banned for a very long time. And I figure this could be a good way to do it. If I beat Dio with this source of life tap today, I think there's a pretty good argument to ban Exile. At least ban Exile. You make 19k traps, damage sin, and coolly changes sin rules. Dude, no, honestly, Toe, I was on the verge of changing trap rules just because of the statistics of trappers before Max made an elephant sin. Like, the data was there before Max even showed up with the elephant sin, that, like, something needed to be done with sins because they're just too powerful. And then he shows up with an elephant sin and shows how powerful they can be. It was more like icing on a cake that was already getting frosted. Yeah, ghost sins are powerful. They're also exciting to watch. You know what I mean? As opposed to, and I think we talked about this last week, is like, trap sins are just not even fun to watch. They're not fun to spectate. They're not fun to be a part of the duel. Like, it's a very miserable thing. So in which case, like, we're just returning the favor, like, you know, making it so that opponents can, you know, hopefully get more aggressive versus them without having to worry for as long. You know, I think it's probably not going to change much, to tell you the truth. The Sin gameplay will probably still look the same. It will just take a little longer, and the person going up against them will have more of an opportunity to aggro. But then I can imagine with both players get down to low life totals, we're probably back into the same. We're back into the same spot. So it's still, you know, it'll only make the duel slightly more exciting. But if it does go on for too long after that initial excitement, we can always just call a decision. And, you know, we could call it for the Sin. Like, hey, this duel would have gone on and you just would have died eventually. Like, you know, it still could be that way. And, yeah, well, like, I'm not afraid to call it like that either. I know how it is to duel those Sins, man. It's tough. No, I haven't actually posted it yet, Max. But I was just talking about what will likely pop up. It's going to be 85 max res. That's still the same. But you can either use T-Gods and 15% absorb, or no T-Gods and 20% absorb. So 85-20 or T-Gods 15. Yep. With an exception for the Druid, though, with Cyclone armor. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna have to. I'm glad Toshank said something, because that's totally correct. I need to look into that and actually test it on that build. I tested it on a Barb and a Paladin. I think everything's still going to apply to the ES Sorceress. They can't use Max or Sorb. Because I think Sorceresses are really good right now. It's good to have a counter. So Sin will certainly be that counter. Well, yeah, I mean, 13k traps were still a problem, though. Like, based on the data, even at 13k, like, before the Elephant Sin was a thing, the Elephant Sin has nothing to do with the decision. It's basically, it's all based on, like, the duels we see from Toe, from Chew 30, from basically any Sin. Yeah, it's just, the quick and simple answer is, I don't actually think that's enough absorb to make a huge difference or to make things the way that they used to be. I think traps will still be pretty powerful, more powerful than they were in LOD, even with those Sorb rules. But they just give players an option. They give somebody an out. Like, you can get more aggressive in the beginning part of the duel. What about hybrids and ghosts with Sorb rule? Ghosts will people, if you're overstacking on a ghost, it's probably the wrong move, because they're actually just going to whirlwind you. Hybrids will still do comparable damage. They still do the same amount of damage as regular trappers. So just because there's a hybrid Sin, it doesn't mean that they're nerfed very much. We got bit with the rabies, boys. We got bit with that rabies. We're getting hurt. We have to go to the hospital. Just about half-life me with it. Make it just a trap Sins. Yeah, maybe. What other build do we see for Lightning, though, that's actually viable in PvP? Yo, Dio, join up, dude. Friend, join me in this game. It's a good server. Canadian ping. Good for me, good for you. I think maybe the rule should be for high damage trappers and have old Sorb rules for 13k and under, or maybe 12k and under. Possibly 11k and under, because 11k and under, I think that's getting too specific at that point. It's allowing Sins to be too diverse. You know what I mean? It's allowing them to basically skirt a rule, you know, and have a hybrid setup. that they technically do more damage. Instead, just force people to be trappers or hybrids. Like, I really, anybody who's worried about it, I would highly encourage you to try it out. Like, just try to go up against somebody who has those items on, and immediately you'll be like, oh, okay. My Spider Sin still does damage. It's just closer to what it was in LOD. This is my B-Day DFC 23rd? What? Dude, happy birthday, Dio. I'm gonna have to kick your ass. How many fucking lickings you want for your birthday, bruh? Cause you about to get it. All right, Dio, no, I'm just kidding, man. Happy birthday, by the way. I was just showing people this build. I'll point it out for you, dude. We got 125 cast on this side. We got Grief Life Tap on this side. No poison, no real juck fuckery. We're trying to get Exile banned. If I beat Dio today on his birthday, we ban Exile. That's what we're trying to get it banned. That's the goal. Get Exile banned today.
Hello.
Can we do it? We're gonna have to play like a true champion. That means we're gonna have to lock this in.
What can I do for you?
And play like an absolute smoke show champion. The smoke show champion that we are. Future champion. Future DFC champion. Hopefully, to really let you guys in on what I'm really doing. Eventually, if you change all of the rules and scare everybody away and nobody plays in the DFC, you technically are the champion by default. So, you want the real motivation? Well, now you know. Okay? Hybrid Sin does like 7k traps. I don't know, dude. I'm not fully convinced of that. Any hybrid that I've ever put together does 11 to 13k. Yeah, it just makes it so that you either have to go trap or like something has to be done about sins, boys. Come up with a better solution instead of problems. Like that's all I have. I've seen the data, right? It's a data-based decision. Like I understand there's like it fucks some sins. Good, fuck sins. Sins are horrible. They're the most horrible class to watch. Like fuck them. It's just where we're at. Like, and people even having the option of choosing hybrids don't. They often don't. And the ones that do have full trap damage. Why? Because traps are overpowered. And like I said, try it out. Like, pop into a pub game or pop into a game with a friend. Just trust me on this. Just try it out. Put on T-Gods and 15% Wisp. And then get smacked with traps. Feels like LOD. It's certainly not going to feel like it did before. But it'll feel good. Like, it'll feel good. You'll be like, oh, okay, I get it.
I can't carry it.
Like, totally get it. Makes sense now. Yeah, absolutely. I fully understand some hybrid builds might be effed. Not much we can do. Like, you can't get rules, like, too refined. Like, it just has to be a rule across the board that you adapt builds to, not adapt rules to builds. Builds are the problem. They're not something that should be, like, genuinely accounted for, especially niche cases that nobody uses. If there's not a good chance that you're going to pop into a pub and see somebody running it, I don't think you should plan around it. You don't actually see many hybrid sins that do 7k traps in pubs. You only see that happen in very specific niche cases where people have refined a rule set that only allows traps to do 7k damage. In fact, that's the only time I've seen traps do 7k damage. That's very, very low. There was a specific team rule set that allowed that. I think it's just the wrong approach to a rule set. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's what it is. Like, it comes down to the claws. Like, how good are your claws? Riz is rocking on his Ghost Chaos and Fury. Like, very obtainable. Very cool. Very exciting game plan that he's got. That's why Ghost Sins are allowed mana pools, and they're not really nerfed to the same degree as other Sins. They're not using traps. They're not using one of the most broken skills in the game. Like, now you got to figure traps are hitting harder than hammers, right? They're hitting harder than hammers. That might not necessarily be true if you have 75 resist, but they're hitting pretty goddamn hard, and they're hitting pretty accurately from about 2 screens away. And if they fire off, they're hitting you from about 17 screens away. You literally can't escape them. You can run your little character's feet off into the cold plane somewhere, and if that trap beam is behind you, it's gonna hit you. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, they cover the map, they cover such a wide range that it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, for some hybrid builds. But like I said, try it out. I think you'll be surprised. I was actually surprised, and it was not even after seeing the damage from that with those setup, you know, with that Sorb setup, I was actually surprised at how little it actually it made a difference. It just felt like the old trap damage. So you're basically just going to see trappers play the same way. No one's selecting a new build. They weren't doing it anyway. Yeah, dude, where's Bowie? We haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, Ghostin's fun to watch, man. I love watching Riz. He's one of my favorite people to watch in the DFC, just because his style is so exciting. It's so fun to watch. You know exactly what's going on. You know exactly his game plan, and it's all a matter of, like, can he catch his opponent? Like, you know, and you're rooting for him the whole time. You know, as opposed to if you tune into, like, basically, you know, basically any trapper. I'm not saying this for all of them, but basically any trapper. It's just like, what are you rooting for? To see if they can kill their opponent with them not even on their map? Like, something's got to be done. And we've been thinking about potential changes for like weeks now. Ever since the data was brought to my attention, we've been thinking about builds for like different, you know, build adjustments for weeks now. And that's kind of what we landed on. It's the simplest solution, and it actually feels good. Yeah, I still don't think it's going to do much to kill the dominance of Sins. It will just, it at least gives your opponent some sort of out. Oh shit, I dropped my belt. Ready, check? All right, let's do it.
I am overburdened.
Well, let's do it, baby. Ready, bro. Oh. All right, here we go. Let's implement this game plan and do as good as we can. GG. Didn't really make much of a difference. Yeah. Exile safe for now. I could have played a little better though. And so I'm not impressed by my performance.
I am overburdened.
Yes?
Yeah, also Dio knows how to counter that shit. Yeah, for sure. He knows what's up. Those were some very good looks on his part, actually. Like, just knowing when I was weak and when I was going to teleport away was just so clutch. Like, Dio's so good at that. He's also dueled me a lot. Like, he knows. Dio get tapped on purpose and we ban Exile. Right? All right, man. Let's do it. Let's try it again. All right, let's lean in.
I am overburdened.
Round 2, baby. Round 3. Exile seems fair and balanced, right? Trashed. What was it? What was that? Fair and balanced? Yeah. Yeah. Druid seems fair and balanced. It's just an impossible win scenario. So, like, every time we've thought about it. Every time we've thought about it, boys. It just never happens.
Hello.
It just never happens. Exile, not OP.
What can I do for you?
After you land the smite, you're supposed to FOH the Telly Stomp Hammer. It won't do any damage to him, though. The FOH won't do any damage to him, so it won't stun him. Because of Cyclone Armor. All right, we're 2-0.
Order welcomes you.
Or 0-2. His stun's on 0 damage, even with the Cyclone? Okay.
Not here.
Good evening.
Yeah,
Greetings.
here's the thing. I've been waiting for an opportunity to do that, but what I have to do first is blow up his wolves. So, like, I don't think it's as simple as FO8. Like, I mean, it's probably simple for a Toshank, but it's not simple for somebody like me, because you have to blow up their wolves. You have to make sure he's defenseless, basically. Then you might be able to get the FOH Telly Stomp. But otherwise, you're getting the FOH Telly Stomp with a hammer that gets eaten by a wolf, in my experience.
Not here.
By the way, Kyle, my dude. My dude. Let's go to the spaceship for a quick cheers and polish this off, my dude. Thank you so much for the 550, brother. He says, Exile is going to be tricky to pull off if it doesn't work. There's always ES Fireball Sorcerers. That's true. That's true. Dude, thank you so much for that, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's so, like, put it this way, even with that strategy, right, even if I could pull that off, Exile has nothing to do with it. Like, Exile is probably a hindrance to that combo. It's definitely not necessary. So, yeah, I still think it's not OP. This could be 100% life tap, and I still think you'd lose the duel. Just about any player. Let's reset. He's getting a little too close for comfort. There's literally nothing you can do. Like, as with any... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Dio says tap.
Order welcomes you.
Tap, ban it. I was just saying, I was like, man, I feel demoralized. Like, there's nothing I can do. But then there's always that random field of hammers that can hit your opponent.
What you need?
All right, so I guess we just have to chuck random fields of hammers. I think that's going to be how we get there. Hey, not bad. 500 forum gold for that? That's sick, dude. Good steal. You basically stole it. All right, here we go. Tried to cheese the tap. It needs to be 99%, dude. I think I could have got there if tap went off and it was like 99% tap. We could have got there. I felt a little confident if that. I thought it was going to be like a sure shot tap. I knew it was my only out.
Hello.
I'd walked into some NATOs. Retro rewind combo. Might do that. Fun spec since the buff to the bosun. Which one's that? Gonna scroll back. Cooley needs to keep playing Pal or he might lose in Pally status. Yeah. Like, I haven't... My matchups for the last several weeks, I don't know who's making them, but they've been horrible. Like, I've just had Sins and Druids. And it's fucking horrible. I wish whoever was making the matchups would give me a little bit more fair matchups. You know? But when you're at the top of the ladder like this, that's all you see. Using Volcano on my ass? Dude, Life Tap will never be banned. Druid NATOs hit 6 billion times per throw. And you can just die with almost full DR to one NATO. Life Tap never banned. Every time we think about it. There we go, boys. Round 8. Round 9, boys. We've got this. We've got this. And this is all skill. That was Hodo Smite, boys. That was Hodo Smite. The level of skill that took was high. You have no idea. My back was on the ropes. And I just knew. I was like, I have to stay strong and I have to believe. But did you notice the skill there? I basically... So I did a weapon swap, right? And then I had these two skills selected very sneakily, okay? But you have to do a very specific combo, right? You have to, like... You have to hold shift, and at the same time, hold left click. It's complicated for a lot of people, because then you have to, like, do something else eventually.
Yes.
But, yeah, I mean... Skill, boys. Yeah, this should be a Scourge. This should have been a Scourge. You're right. I have one of those somewhere.
Good day. Greetings.
All right. Too much fuckery.
Order welcomes you.
Well, what is it? Is it 4-3? Or 3-2? I think it's 3-2, yeah. Yeah, 3-2. No more fucking around, Cooler. All right, Dio's pissed. Dio is in boss mode. Yeah, 3-2, 3-2. All right, go, bro. That's okay. We're in boss mode too. I've got my weapon swap ready, and I've got my combo on hand.
I can't carry anymore.
I think he probably switched to DR gear, and that's why he's saying no more fucking around. Oh, shit, boys. I told you it was those rando hammer fields. That was what was gonna get there. When they think you're going one way, you gotta go the other. My son gave you this one. Thank you, son.
Good day.
Thank you. It was hard fought. 3-3, man. Next round wins it. I mean, if now I'm kind of eating my words, because I said if I beat Dio, then we ban Exile. Like, I gotta be true to my word. I'm not saying it's the reason. It was obviously skill. Guys, and if you don't see that, I don't know what you're watching. I don't know, how are you missing it? But I'm gonna have to be true to my word, dude. Yeah, right? Exactly. The fact that you have to tap up to compete. That's really what it is. Because otherwise, like if we went with the other way that you play this, right? You just spam NATO fields, wait to hopefully get a name lock, be absolutely godly at chaining somebody, and then maybe win, unless they have pets up, unless you've nuked all of their pets. It's so situational anyway that it's just like, I mean, I think this is fun. Like, the duels aren't lasting too long. They're back and forth. We get multiple lives in the duel. It's like getting a green mushroom in Mario, dude. You get like a second life. You know? And it's kind of needed. It isn't like it's wasted. All right, here we go. 7th round. Ooh.
I can't carry anymore.
Nice stomp. Trashed. We couldn't cheese our way to the top, man. We just couldn't do it. We tried. The final part of that duel was complete cheese. We tried to get there. We tried to get Exile banned.
Carry anymore.
But Exile survives another day.
The order
Exile not OP. Yeah, thank him for a couple of those wins, dude. Tell him he almost got Exile banned. Next time he's gonna go for one more jump. One more jump. Yeah, hey, dude, happy B-Day, man. Happy birthday. Bro, that is awesome. Big cheers to you, man. Congrats on the win on your B-Day. Thanks for tuning in and actually getting this duel done on your birthday, man. That means a lot. He could have been doing anything on his B-Day, but he chose to be here kicking my ass. And dude, big cheers to that. Thanks, man.
Throws. We have it on 4K.
Yeah. That's what it was. We had to throw it to keep Exile. I mean, it's taking one for the team. Yo. My dude, Kyle. Bro, thanks again, man. Thanks for that. Thanks for that dono. Means a lot. We're putting it right in the spaceship here. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna keep the fuel flowing. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it for D4 tomorrow. So it's important, dude. Thank you so much. Let me here we go. I'm gonna get my filters back up. Big cheers again, bro. We tried to do it, boys. We got a couple of lucky wins in there. Like, if you notice how the duel started, it was just an absolute ass staving. Dio was on point. Then we got a couple of wins because his son jumped into his lap, and we were able to smash him with an uncontested hammer field, which was great. But unless that happens every duel, I don't know. And here's the thing. How many duels did we win of that because of life tap? I would argue one of the 3 were because of life tap. Yeah. I don't see it getting banned anytime soon. It's it only matters versus druids, which is always why we talk about it versus druids. It's the only matchup life tap ever really matters, with the exception of Barb and VT. then it's just OP as shit, dude. Exile, we ban it already in that matchup. So the only matchup that it really matters with currently is the Druid. Peace out, Dio. Again, happy birthday, bro. It could be Carter. I think that's probably what it was. I think that's probably what it was. He says, dude, stop beating on my favorite D2 content creator. Dad, how dare you? And, you know, big cheers to the son for that. Absolutely, dude. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great birthday, Dio. We got another fight tonight, though. We got another fight tonight. Hopefully, if we can make it work. We've set it up. Here, let me show you the card. Let me show you the card. We also have some people enjoying the stream channel, though, so that's really good. But I'll pop up the card and show you what we're looking at. We didn't get a good look at it earlier. But we do have one now. So Dio beats Cooley 4-3. Really 4-1 without his son helping us out. Would have been a 4-1, I think, pretty easily. Yeah, there's a lot of arguments to be made for that duel. You know, with life tap. And here's what I say. We say this about a lot of stuff, right? If the argument against it involves the absolute highest level of skill on any class, count it out. It will not even be talked about in the in the rules. Like, not that it's not competitive. It's just that when you get to that level, I think you're missing the picture. So results of that duel, we almost got Exile banned, but it didn't quite happen. Dio still took it. Absolute smashing of Cooley, as we expected. As we expected. We tried an interesting matchup, interesting style, didn't quite work. But we also have a matchup against Sincor today. We're going to switch up to the ES Fireballer, mainly because I didn't want to duel him on a Paladin, unless he wants me to. I think a Paladin is a pretty unfair match for a Barb. He does have Widowmaker, but I'm no stranger to Widowmaker Barb versus Din either. So I didn't want to just like set that up and like have an unfair match for him. So I figured ES Fireballer, if he busts out the Widow, is kind of cool. It's an interesting matchup. I'm not as good on an ES Fireballer. And it's a lot more up close and personal. Should be a fun duel either way. But Sincor, hopefully we'll get to jam some of that. By the way, Master Otis, what's up, dude? And then hopefully we get to see P Money versus Toshank. 165 HC here. That's Toshank incognito mode. Okay, that's Toshank was talking about potentially having some poison charms to help him out tonight. More than welcome to borrow them, dude, if you want. All 17 of them. Who is Hope D2R? Let me check, actually. Hold on. I got a roster. Sometimes people's names are different than they are. It's Eldred. So look for Eldred. ELDRID. That's Hope D2R. Good question, dude. Yeah. Sometimes names are different than they are in actual Discord. Makes it. We should post like a. We should post somewhere like the roster so that people know. Like if they're it could make it easier for people trying to get a hold of their opponent. So yeah, good point. But good card tonight, man. I'm excited about it. That I knew I was going to lose this matchup right here, but I think it was going to be exciting. I think it was going to be fun. I knew it probably wouldn't last too long. Dio's pretty good at dealing with my lates, and as you could see, the nastiest stomps that he had in there, his timing is so good. So I was like, I could cheese the fuck out of this guy. I'm not going to win. And they weren't too long. I think that was a fun match. I got my ass beat, but it was fun. I had fun getting my ass beat. It was cool. By the way, Mark Miller, just want to say, bro, I meant to teleport to the spaceship because this is a special occasion. Hold on. I didn't have my Enigma on. Let's try this again. Nailed it. Bro, thank you so much for 4 months of being a member, man. That's huge. I really appreciate it. We're putting the proceeds again right into the gas tank of this thing. Big cheers, brother. Big cheels. That's right. That's right. Then we got Silly versus Doombringer tonight. Hopefully we get to see that. That's going to be an interesting one. We haven't seen a Necro tear it up in the DFC in a while, but we have seen a recent resurgence of them ever since we gave them back max block in the rule sets. So now, the only hindrance that a Necro has in the rule set, based on data-based decisions to give rules back, right? We'll let the reins go a little bit. We gave Necros back max block. The only restrictions they have now really are just no Clay Golem. No Clay Golem. There's no restrictions on skills, like the skill points that you can use. Necro's still middle of the road. Not the best class, not the worst by any means. It's probably the healthiest class right now, to be completely honest. The healthiest class that exists in the DFC. I'm happy to see more people jumping on board with that, especially whereas max block's the thing. We have a lot more scissors, paper, rock that currently exists in PvP now, right? So we have the Sin, which is, you know, the counter to the Druid, which is the counter to the Necro, and the Necro, which can potentially be a counter to a Sin, but not without mana pots. So now we kind of have this weird situation where the Sin's on top, you know, but now we have these weird scissors, paper, rock happening down below, because we have the Zon, which is now the counter to the Sin, which that will likely get a little better. But then you have the Necro, which is the, you know, he'll beat the Zon. You'll have the Druid, which could go 50-50 with the Zon. But either way, the Zon is back in the mix now. So as you can see, with all of this logic, there's a reason we nerfed the Sin. The Sin's just sitting lonely on top with nothing to contest it anymore, with the exception of maybe a Boa Zon. Not acceptable, okay? It breaks the cycle. It breaks the scissors, paper, rock. So that's why the new rule's in effect for next week. Doesn't apply this week, but for next week. Next set of duels, it's 85-20 with Absorb or T-Gods and 15%. But hopefully we get to see that. Silly versus Doombringer. Should be a fun long-range matchup, but should be fun. And then we have Duke versus Hope D2R. Hope D2R on an Amazon. We've seen him before. That should be an interesting one. Duke does have the ability to bust out a shield. I'm not sure if he will, though. Some barbs do, some barbs don't. I actually don't know what the actual answer is to that. What you should do as a barb. I think you would use a shield. That's just my guess. That seems to be against a Boazon, probably what you would want to do. But then hopefully we get to see Sin Core versus me on the ES Fireball Sorceress in a Barb versus Sork matchup. Tempest versus Silly. Sin versus Necro. That should be interesting with both classes not allowed mana pots. Technically. They could waive it if they wanted to for a good old classic Sin V-Neck matchup. But technically, we haven't seen that one in a long time. I'm very curious to see how it goes. The Sin just can't necessarily sit off screen against the Necro. Necro can kind of get aggro, but can also hit from far off screen. So it should be fun. And then, of course, we get to see another Sin v Barb in NYC Maxim with likely his Elephant Sin versus Duke's absolutely savage Barb. Now, I would be interested in, if Max wanted to, knowing that this is a rough matchup for Duke, I thought about approaching you guys with this earlier, but I just figured it'd be fair to just do it across the board next week. I thought about using this as a test duel where Duke could use the new rules to kind of show it off. If you're up for it. If not, that's fine too. But Duke could go either T-Gods in 15 or 85-20. Whereas this is likely against an Elephant Sin, and even if it's not, even if it's against a Hybrid Sin or just a regular Trapper, I think it's not as bad as people think, and I think it would be a good matchup to see it on. If you guys are interested in that, I'd love to see it. You don't have to, though. Could always wait till next week. Yeah, yep. We should... yeah, I'm going to try to crank out some VODs before tonight too, and that was one of them that I meant to crank out this week. But truth be told, I've been jamming Tears of the Kingdom and have probably put 4 billion hours into it. So that's what I've been doing, just no-lifing it on the couch this entire week, not getting anything done. So that's why we haven't really done a VOD about the Elephant Sin, but it's coming. It's coming. I'm going to try to get it out tonight. I'll try to like load up a few of these that we've done on stream because it is a really cool build. Yeah, that's in my experience, Doom. That's what I've seen too. Like we've tried it with a barb, I've tried it with a paladin, and I didn't try it on a sorceress because we knew the rules wasn't going to change for a sorceress, an ES sorceress, sorry. But it just feels normal. Like it feels like it should. So I think it's a pretty solid fix. It still feels heavy, like the damage still feels pretty heavy, but it's a little better, you know. Slightly better. That's it. That's it. That's all we can hope for, right? Make slight incremental adjustments. And I think it's better than, it's a lot less divisive than doing what I was thinking about doing, which is like 90-10, which I still think might be fair, but it's a lot bigger of a shocking threat to people that are using Sins, and no one's going to be on board with it. So hopefully this solves the problem. It's a small step that actually doesn't make a huge difference, just makes traps like they used to be. And but if it needs further adjustment, maybe we up it even more and make it specific to trappers. Like we'll see. We'll see. If we did anything further than what we currently have done, it would be specific to full trap builds. But I think in general, across the board, this is a pretty healthy change. Like, it just feels like it should. Dude, no, I'll watch it if you guys want to. I'll watch it. I think that'd be cool, man. Start it up with the new sword rules, dude. Like, we'll tune into that. I think that'd be cool. Thanks for doing that, dude. That's really cool. By the way, Duke, if you need to borrow a 15% wisp, let me know. I have one. Now people are going to be looking for 15% wisps, I would imagine, because T-Gods and 15% is certainly the way to go, I think. But you never know. 85-20 also works. All right, boys, here we are in the spaceship. I do see some people in the join the stream. Just waiting on a screen share, man. And then we can get this underway. Are you guys ready to duel, Max and Duke? By the way, Cooley, gonna send you elephant footage from 2008 if you make VOD. Dude, yes, please. Yeah, check Discord for game name. All right, GG. Duke's got a game up. GG. This will be fun. Duke, do you need that 15% wisp, bro? Or are you going 85-20? Max wants to try it with the new rules, Barb versus Sin. I think it's a good matchup to do it. Barb is kind of, I wouldn't say favored in this matchup at all. So I think it should be cool. Should be cool to see it. Let me know if you need to borrow anything, dude. I got all of that. 20, I got 20, 80, I got 85, 15. Okay. Be right there, bro. All right, I'm gonna let Duke borrow this 15% wisp. Let's pop back over. And he's gonna go T-Gods with 15, which I think is probably the setup. It's gonna give him the best chance, I think, versus a trapper. Where did my 15 go? There's two 20s. It might be on my other din. Nope, it's right here. GG. It's even a perfect 15 wisp. Like, as perfect as a 15 wisp can be. It's so pretty. It's so pretty, dude. This is gonna be great. All right, so we're chilling in game here. We'll pop in. We'll be the official referee, but let's pop over to Discord, see if we can check some streams here. See if we can get it looks like Duke's standpoint. I'm gonna try to get dialed into this, see what we see. By the way, Taylor Greer, my dude, hold up. Before we do this, we have got to go back to the station. Bro, hey, thanks so much, man. Gifting a membership on the channel. Taylor Greer, big cheers to you, man. Thank you so much. It keeps the juck fuckery alive, and it keeps the spaceship fueled. And truthfully, means a whole great deal to me, man. Thank you so much. All right, Duke showing off the build here. He's got T-Gods and 15%. This would be new rule setup right here. He's got a very good life pool too, 8.4k life. So we're going to be able to see directly how this pans out, how this looks versus a very high life total Barb versus an Elephant Sin. Now, might be slightly might be a little bit tilted in the favor of the Sin, especially an Elephant Sin. Elephant Sin's doing like 18, 19k traps. So it's a little bit different than most trappers. But we're going to get to see it. Yeah, DFC on Wednesday because we got Diablo 4 coming out. I believe at like 4 p.m. tomorrow, 1 p.m., 4 p.m., something like that. I think 1 p.m. All right, here we go. Duke allowed mana pots, allowed 85-15 here with T-Gods. And we got a little bit of a stream freeze going on. Don't worry, this is not on you guys' end. This is on mine. But look at this. He's taken a lot of traps. Taken 200 damage so far. Okay, low rolls. Could be low rolls. I love the freeze frame. Gotta love the freeze frame. All right, Max also streaming. Let's pop into this. Max has caught some hits. Max has caught some of those hits. And they're actually at a pretty comparable percentage life total right now, with Duke being slightly higher. Duke probably at about 65-70% health. Max at just above 50. Boom. And he gets lower res. That's interesting. So lower res just went off from Max there. Look, Max just cheating, just killing Mon. He got 15 life here. If he wins by 15 life, he cheated. Oh, Duke backing off a little bit, trying to get Max to come into him. Trying to get Max to make a mistake. Ooh. Yeah, Duke needs to keep doing that. I would agree. Yep, 100%. So I'd be curious to see if this is Max's Elephant Sin. The fact that he has Plague on it tells me it probably is. Oh man, we got a D-Clone walk too, boys. Max with screen shake enabled. Don't worry, I got you, boys. We've got this. You don't have to worry about who's gonna take this D-Clone. It's gonna be me. Don't worry, I'll show you guys the ante when we get it. Yeah, I'm just gonna tap him. It should be pretty easy. All right, here, y'all want to see it real quick? All right, hold up. This is D-Clone thinking he's got anything on us. We have a PvP setup, no crushing blow, I don't think. Don't worry about it. We've got tap, we can't lose. We cannot lose, we have tap. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna be here for a little bit. Just a T-bit. Yeah, this is the, I'm probably gonna count this on my wins, and we'll consider this for life tap as to whether or not it's OP. We're also using a mercenary though, that has to be factored in. Yeah, here it is. All the crushing blow we have is from Gores. 2010, let's go. That would be sick. We got there eventually, boys. Just with the... I think that probably was because of tap. I'm not going to lie. We have a 2010 in the inventory. We're just going to need to ID another one right here. It won't happen, boys. This sort of thing never happens. So don't worry. You don't have to worry about it. All right, here we go. We ready? Before we jump back over to the other duel, what do you guys think? I think it's going to be a 2029. That's my official guess. I was fucking close, boys. I was fucking close. I would keep that. I would actually keep that. Yeah, 2019-6 is what it was. Not bad. Let's cut back over to Max. Let's check it out. Wow, not a bad duel game. We found a 2019-6 Annie. It's not trash. We're not throwing it out. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I mean, it's better than some of the others that we've kept. All right, let's check on Duke's stream. See how this looks. It's still frozen up, dude. Still frozen up. Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad. Would love to see how it looks. From his standpoint. But you know, I mean, you can't always get what you want. Let's try it one more time. Actually, let me try something. We're still in good shape. Negative. Still jammed up. All right, back over to Max. All right, we're gonna have to gauge Duke's life total. We saw a little bit of it in the first part there. His life total was going down pretty slowly, but I mean that's how it's always been. If you look back into LOD, this was essentially the matchup. The Barb was allowed to get aggressive basically for a very long time in the fight. It might be hard to remember because Sins have been so overpowered for a very long time. But this is usually how it would go. If you look back to the original hybrid Sin video of Buoys, one of the things he showed off was this matchup. He said it's very tough, but basically you have to play well, you have to not get hit, and eventually you'll whittle them down. Which is exactly what's happening here. Max playing very well, allowing Duke to come in, being, you know, evasive in the right moment and just hitting him with nasty traps. And Duke allowed to kind of whittle his life total down and actually still get in. But can he score that big hit before his life total gets drained away? Oh, N7 Reaper, it sure is, man. It sure will have to have an appropriate title. And here it is, the Mind Blast. It could likely kill him here. Duke whittled down quite well. And this is on the character class with the highest life total. That should be it right there. Yeah, and there it is. And there it is. It really feels normal. Like, to any trapper who's watching this, who has only played D2R for like the last year, that probably looks like, oh my god, that's so much sorb, and they're probably thinking, oh well, if I was on that barb or somebody else is on that barb, you might be right. You know what I mean? You might be right in the sense that there's different things that could be done, there's different angles, but it's possible that Duke just gets in and lands a big hit, you know, couple 2-3 hit KOs. It's possible, but if you remember, like I said, back in LOD, this is more of what it felt like. It's almost exactly what it felt like. We tested it on a barb just to see what it would feel like. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of traps, but it just gives Barb that opportunity to get in, you know, because it is really hard to hit us in, really hard to catch him. Yeah, he's doing plenty of damage. Yeah, 100%. Like, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago and people were laughing at it, like 85-15 with T-Gods and Wisp. T-Gods, Wisp, like GM, WTF. But I mean, here it is. Now, granted, I believe this is Max's Elephant Sin. So he is doing a lot of trap damage. But we tested it on a regular trapper with like 12-13k traps. And it was pretty similar. Like, you know, it was Obviously less damage. Yeah, he's doing 18k. It was obviously less damage, but it's just it's impossible to catch us in. That's the biggest thing. That's the thing that's factored out, and what kind of has to be looked at differently. And Doom is no stranger to this. We've talked about cold stack rules so much, right? With some interesting trade-offs, and one of the big trade-offs is that it's so hard to catch a cold sorceress, right? Like it's so hard to catch a sorceress. You know, so that's why we implemented a rule that cold sorceresses kind of have to be the aggressor in just about every matchup. Like, you know, we just kind of set that expectation and let people know, like, these are the rules. This is what you get hit with the cold sorceresses. But you know, they're expected to be the aggressor. They're expected that they're going to come down and hunt you down. That's why, you know, we've tested this stuff so much, and that's the thing that you have to take into account when talking about a sin, is how difficult it is to catch a sin. Like, it's nearly impossible. If they don't want you to hit them, you won't. If they want to tag you from off screen, they will. So, I mean, look at this. Nasty damage. Absolutely nasty damage coming in from Max there. Now, granted, on a low roll, it is possible that Duke does, on a very low roll, absorb some of the damage, and it heals him instead. But it has to be a very, very low roll. So he could just hope for that nasty RNG, get some heals, and it's practically like a life tap. Oh, no doubt. It's like impossible to aggro a sin. It's impossible to catch them. Like, sins are just, they have a perfect game plan where you can barely hit them. And there it is, man. 3-0 so far, I believe, in favor of Max. I believe. GG. And Duke playing very well. Like, I like the fact that he's whirlwinding in and out of in and out of Mind Blast, I should say. You notice that Max in this matchup is keeping Mind Blast up quite a bit. That's because he wants to throw the barb off. As soon as the barb comes in, the barb's going to be looking for a name lock. Barb's going to be looking to teleport in, get close, and Mind Blast will make it so he can't teleport. It stuns him out of teleport and keeps him right in that trap range, keeps him at a distance, which is exactly what Max wants. So these guys are going to test out with T-Gods, but like, yeah, let's see a round with T-Gods just to bring it into perspective. Oh yeah, FT4 for set, yeah. Yeah, so I believe it's 3-0, right, for Max? Yeah, we could do the set of FT4 and then just do a round with like just T-Gods. Like, the damage is astronomical even on a barb. I wouldn't go that far. I think Duke is a good barb. I think he has good barb skills. Are there better barbs out there than Duke? I think, of course. But I don't think he plays horribly. Like, I don't think he makes bad decisions on a barb. He's very good. I think he plays it as it should play. Barbs are hard too. You also have to remember that barb is the hardest class to play. There's very little room for mistakes. So if someone looks like, oh man, they're getting beat on this barb, I would have done things so much differently. You got to figure every decision you make with a barbarian requires you to think like 2 moves ahead of your opponent. Like everything you do, whether you're teleporting around the map, yeah, like you have to think about where your opponent's going, where you're going to be, what you're going to do if they come in close. You know, if you're going to switch to leap, if you're going to try for a name lock or a chain, like there's always so much that is going on in the mind of a barb player. And there it is. And as you can see, like, if these were less traps, like let's say Max did 50% less damage here, right? Or let's say he did like 35% less damage, which is 30 to 40% less damage is what typical trappers do. This would just take 30 to 40% longer for, you know, it would give Duke 30 to 40% more time to get in and land a hit under these rules. And as you can see, Max is like Max is only taking damage because he's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know, he's at some point kicking around in the pocket. I mean, look at this claw block. Like, there's so many defenses that a Sin has. If he doesn't want to get hit, he's not gonna. Duke might back off here and see if Max will come in on him. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's trying to get Max to chase him. Max deliberately oh, nice angle from Duke. He almost clipped him there. See, what Duke is doing is he's kind of moving away a little bit, getting Max to lay down his traps, pick an angle, and then he's going to try to come in from one that he doesn't expect, because Duke is very low on life right now. So now he's going to get tricky, but Max had some nasty traps set up. Some high-level trap player skill right there. That's some GG stuff. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, exactly. And Doom knows. Like, since when have we done that? Like, I think somebody was mentioning that earlier about hybrid sins and all of this stuff. It goes back to the original rules that we made for Cold Sorceress, right? Which some people still have a gripe about. I think they're the best set of rules for a Cold Sorceress that's ever existed. Like, Cold Sorc is expected to be the aggressor, but you can't make a rule set based on these other builds where people just don't go all out, because people just will go all out, always. You know, like, why would you make a subpar build if you're on a sorceress? Why would you make a hybrid PvP sorceress? Like, why was that even a question? You know what I mean? It's sort of the same argument with a sin based on the data. Why would you make a hybrid sin these days? Well, now there's a reason, because your traps aren't going to hit as hard. There's a reason to take a risk and get in Whirlwind, which is more exciting than sitting screens away and throwing traps. There's more of an incentive to have a different type of character. Yeah, it's the same logic that gets to a different conclusion. Yeah, and if you want to go full Trapper, you still can. If you want to go full Elephant Sin, like Max is doing here, you still can. You still can, and you're probably, you know, you're hitting still pretty good. You're hitting still quite hard with 85-15, as you saw, T-Gods and Wisp. Oh, that sounds like some sick claws right there, dude. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is old rules right here. Yeah, good observation, Doom, and thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, Duke just swapped to T-Gods, and, like, this is just T-Gods. Like, look at this. He just got clipped by a trap, and he's just, like, he doesn't even care. He's just staying in the pocket. He doesn't even care. Like, look at this. Claw block, everything. Duke is, like, almost dead. So it's like, honestly, much like we were talking about, it's not a huge difference unless you have, like, look at this. He's got lower res and a whole bunch of shit going on. Like, it was just quicker. Like, it was just quicker for the Sin, which that tells me we've done the right thing. It took longer for the Sin to kill the Barb with a very similar game plan. If you want to set up traps, you got to do it consistently and have your AI traps shoot from 2 screens away. You got to do it consistently. Thanks, Kyle, and a big cheers to you again, man. Yeah, Duke played very well that round. Duke says, I don't like sins. That's what he's saying in game. You can't see because my fat head's in the way. He says, I don't like sins. Bro, I hear you. I can relate. Yeah, GG though. GG. All right, I just got a message from P Money. Hey, what's up? Can you link me with the opponent, please? Can't find him in Discord. Oh, is it Hope? Wait, who is it? Oh, it's Toshank. He was asking for about who his opponent was. It's that weird name, the 165 hertz. Toshank, P Money's looking for you, bro. You want those charms? You want those charms? You want those? You want the poison? Just in case? He's a savage opponent, dude. He's one of the best Zons that's ever been in the DFC. Absolute savage. GG's, boys. Thanks for showing that off. I mean, as you could notice with those setups, even with the elephants in, not much of a huge difference, right? Like, there's a lot of variance in the roles. The current rule set, based on my observations, is that it just makes it so that if they get a low roll, you do a little better. You know what I mean? You're a little better off if they get a low roll. That's basically what it pans out to. Yeah, I think he did fine though. Like I think Duke did fine. He's still, I mean, he's worked his way up the ranks on a barb. So now he's getting into the players that have a lot of experience in this matchup. And I think Duke's experience is catching up to him. You know, that's the big thing. Yep. Barb is hard. It's a hard class to play, dude. I'm gonna build one someday, but oh my god, it's so far in the distant future, dude. Like, they're so tough. It is fun. It's very rewarding. It almost feels like a VT when you win. Like a VT when you get those nasty chains, you get those sick locks, and you kill somebody. That's basically what it feels like killing somebody on a barb, because you always have to play well. You always have to be on point. All right, P Money is ready. We just waiting on that toe. We waiting on them toes. Get my ring back from Duke. Well, let's do it upright. Oh, no, dude. I'm going to be playing tomorrow, Otis. I'm going to be playing tomorrow, dude, on the early release. On the early access. Should be jamming it. Yeah, I mean, but also I think that last duel just points out how ridiculous sins are. Like, Duke had some pretty good whirls in there. He played very well, especially in the last couple of duels where he was just wearing T-Gods. He played very well. It's just, man, sins are so hard to catch. Like, I don't think Max has 102. I think on his, I'm not sure if he has 102 on his Elephant Sin. I can't remember now. He might have a 102 setup, but I'm not sure if he uses it versus a barb. So now just imagine, you know, even if it was 102, let's say it was 102. He still made it look pretty evasive, like pretty easy to get away from. But it's possible. Hold on, he might be showing it off now that he's... Oh, boom, we just tuned into a def. Yeah, good strategic placement from the Sin, which is also something that gets overlooked a lot, I think, is placement on the map. We noticed that when we realized what you could do with potions, when you could make projectiles invisible, and we noticed how much people were positioning themselves against certain things on the map and how much that was mattering. Positioning is something rarely talked about, but it's something that some of the best PvP players do, is they're very aware of their positioning on the map, and most importantly, their opponent's positioning. So when their opponent makes a mistake, gets too close to a puddle, too close to a wall, and they make some crucial split-second observations, much like Dio did against me today. Like, he noticed very quickly, like there was a couple of times there where he noticed, okay, he's trapped in NATOs, what's he gonna do? He noticed as soon as I stopped up smiting, he watched for the aura, he watched the feet, and immediately when the feet swapped, dude, he's just on it. Like, you know, he's waiting for those mistakes. A lot of very good PvP players do that. And, you know, they take environment into account as well. Look at these traps just tearing through Duke with simply T-Gods on. A little ridiculous. A little ridiculous at 8,000 life. A little over 7k, I guess, without Oak. But still, 7k, man. That's nuts. That's nuts. Absolutely crazy. Max, do you have 102 while you're on your character screen? Do you have 102 cast, or did you go less? Yeah, he does. Okay. Okay, so it is 102 cast. Wait, how do you get 102 cast with dual claw? Oh. What? Oh, 65. Okay, yeah, 65. That's what I thought. That's what I thought with the Elephant Sin. When he went up against me, he had IK set for the massive boost to attack speed. And he went with a 65 setup. So yeah, this is 65 FCR Elephant Sin. So back to the original point of just imagine 102. It's so much harder to catch that type of sin. So yeah, they're doing less trap damage. They're impossible to catch. I would say probably between 7 and 10k AR, just depending. It really depends. Like, if you're going up against a paladin, they probably have more. I think Duke at one point showed off a setup where he had like 30k or some shit. It was ridiculous. But that would be against high defense characters. Usually like 10k AR, it's fine on a barb. Okay, all right, yeah. Magitech knew. Yeah, if they're, like, here's the thing, too, about the 7k traps, Doom. If you have a sin that's doing 7k traps, meaning you're probably putting your points and efforts somewhere else, and your traps are still good enough at 7k, something's probably wrong with that, right? Like, in LOD, would that have ever been enough? Like, if someone came in doing 7k trap damage, you would laugh at them. It almost doesn't matter what else they did. Why should that be any different? Like, so, like, that point as well, that, yeah, there's certain hybrid sins out there, but they were never good with 7k trap damage. But suddenly people are making an argument like they should be. They never were. I think it's just people getting too used to, like, how sins are now. And I completely understand it. Like, you build a character, you level it up, you get all of the gear, and you're finally like, yes, man, I'm finally going to play a sin. But you don't realize that the history of sins has been so decorated with skill that it's not even funny. I mean, you, like, Toshank popped in with a epic champ out moment where he's like, hey, I'm undefeated on a trapper, which is true. But, like, those are the type of sins that absolutely dominated PvP back in the day. And now it seems like, you know, through the scissors paper rock that we basically had in PvP, is if you just picked us in, you know, you could be mediocre on it and you could kill just about any class. But hopefully with the new DFC rules, that's nerfed a little bit. Still not nerfed to the max, I don't think, but yeah, you can still stun lock people. It just takes a very intelligent combo now instead of just holding down Mind Blast Lock. But even if they don't have 86 FHR, they have to have extremely low FHR to be able to get stun locked. Yeah, you can't hit the I win button. Exactly. Yeah, it should have never been a thing. Honestly, I think I would be okay with Mind Blast stun, perpetual Mind Blast stun still being a thing, if they took the damage off from Mind Blast. That was one of the suggestions that I made, was like, hey, this was before they did the FHR changes. I was like, just take the damage off from Mind Blast. There's no reason it should do damage. It doesn't do anything in PVM, right? Like, the 2-3 damage that you're doing in PVM isn't really a thing. And in PvP, it's devastating because you get perpetual stun and perpetual damage. Like, 60 damage per hit every time. So like just take that off and force people to either lock you down or do something. Not it shouldn't just be both with one button. But then they fixed the FHR and it kind of felt good. Like it felt okay. It's not perfect, but it's certainly a huge step in the right direction. There was so much shit about that though. So many people with so much shit to say about that. Like huge uproar in the PvP community, which like I get it, but a lot of them were coming in with like very situational things such as the Paladin, right? As a Paladin main, I totally understand, right? Like I it sucks that you can't smite stun people anymore, you can't puddle them anymore. You know, that's no longer a thing. It takes a tool out of the toolbox of the Paladin, which I hate. But like if you're relying on that perpetual stun based on a puddle, or if you're relying on perpetual stun based on smite, FOH, telestomp, lock combo, they're just so situational, and the latter is actually very high skill level that like I just don't think that it's very reasonable to like make an argument and say, hey man, people were doing this crazy shit with high level combos and like, you know, all of this, and you're nerfing those extremely difficult high level combos for people. You know, so we shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do anything, which was basically the argument. We shouldn't do anything because of this, when in reality it was just people were holding down a button and locking people out of the game, which again, sure, it sucks to some degree, but it solves 95% of the problem. I have a question about chance to hit calculation. Does level matter in PvP the same way it matters when you try to hit a monster? Yes. Yes, it does. The higher, if you're trying to hit a higher level player, there's a calculation that comes into play that makes it more difficult. That's why you see a lot of barbarians trying to level up to level 99. Same with Zons for when they shoot multi-shot. Hybrid Sins will also try to get as high as they can because when they whirlwind, they want to be able to hit. Yeah, it's actually, it matters a lot more. Technically in the formula, it matters more than an astronomical amount of AR is just your level. So yeah, it's certainly important. Yeah. It's I remember calculating it once back in the day in LOD and noticing that it was when I was building a barbarian, and it was then that I noticed I need to get this barb to 99. Because it was certainly significant enough that if you were 98 and somebody else was 99, that like you're basically giving up thousands of AR because you're a lower level. Like is I believe what it came out to, like about 2,000 AR, depending on the matchup, of course, but. Yeah, it's the worst. It's like getting a barb is like getting a paladin, but way harder. Like getting a paladin, you guys noticed that with last season when I was doing that on ladder, it was a pain in the ass because you couldn't really P8 a lot of terror zones quickly. Now just imagine a barbarian that also can't P8 terror zones very quickly, doesn't really have a lot of AoE effects, and practically has to join groups and follow them around to get to 99. So if you wait till non-ladder, you're basically waiting for chaos to go terrorized or bales and popping into those. And that's your route to level 99 on a barb. And hell, even if you're on ladder, that's basically your route. Yeah, he's using Beast and Grief. Yep, that's a very typical combo. It's usually what most barbs use. Yep, you have to hunt down elite packs, and granted, if you have the right setup, remember that barb video I did Magitech way back in the day of like, you know, it was the most insane barb PVM setup that I could possibly make. That did okay. Like that actually did fine in P8 terror zones. But you're right. You kind of have to hunt down boss packs. Like you're kind of doing that with all characters anyway. Once you get to level 98 for sure. Probably at level 97 you're doing that, but it's especially true for a barb. You're basically just trying to name lock the champion and move on. Yeah barbs are a special kind of hell, dude. But yep, so still haven't heard anything. Hold up. I'm gonna message P Money. Let's see if he's, I think he was reaching out to Toe to see how that goes. Let's try to set that up. Yeah, very intensive mentally, very taxing. With Nova or Mosaic, you just steamroll everything. Yeah, exactly. Like with the Mosaic Sin, it's just charge up and click shit. Charge up, click shit. You know, with, you're right, with a barb, like it's constant grinding of mentally taxing shit. Like just very mentally taxing. You're usually howling to scare away the rest of the pack, hitting the boss, moving on. There's a lot more involved. Yeah, Fire Druid's definitely the way to go. Yeah, melts TZs. Yep, I would agree. When I level a Druid, which may be my next class that I get to 99, after, if I can actually get serious about this sin, depending on how much time we sink into D4, that will probably be the next class. I'll probably go Druid, because he can melt P8 Terror Zones, I think, with the fire setup. We're going to get one each class to level 99, boys. We've got 2 of them so far. We got a Din, finally a Din, and a Sorceress. We're checking them off. Oh, dude, Necro has a secret. There's a little secret, dude. You join P8 TZs where people are doing them, and then just cast Corpse Explosion. You get 10% more experience than everybody else, because you typically get the kill. So it's a little cheat with a Necro. But a lot of PvP players who have their Necros set up for PvP don't re-key Corpse Explosion when, like, Chaos is terrorized or when Bale is terrorized. But they should, because you basically get 10% more experience for getting the kill, and it's an easy way to hit a massive area and do massive damage and get the kill. So technically, yeah, you're following around groups still, but the Necro's little cheat there of getting 10% more damage, I think, makes it worth it. Like, in my opinion, that's how you want to do it with a Necro. Follow groups around, lower res so that they, your sorceresses kill them faster too, but also you have lower res and then CE and get way more experience. Yep. Yeah, just keep casting CE. Like, every time you teleport onto a group, CE. Like, you just get more experience. But yeah, GG. All right, so looks like Toe and P Money trying to get their stuff set up. Let's do this, boys. Let's get warmed up. Let's get warmed up on the ES Fireballer. I've got I'm gonna reach out to Syncor too. See if oh shit, what's Syncor's name in the Discord? Syncor. Looking. Syncor. Alright, what happened to Syncor? Where's Syncor at, bros? Syncor. Message, Syncor. Yo. You want to get our duel in? On stream? But I have to re-up on this e-cig. We can't be running out of nicotine, though. We can't be running out of nicotine in all this jamming. We got to be reds. But yeah, we should get some licks in on the ES Fireballer, man. And get warmed up with that. It clearly worked when we got our licks in with the Paladin versus Druid. I think versus any other Druid, Life Tap would look broken as shit. But, like, at the, once you start dueling Druids that have mastered their build, it's still so hard to get hits off on them. Yeah, good duels, man. Max and Duke, that was a fun duel to watch, man. I think well played on behalf of both players there. That was good. All right. Let's get this in. Santiana shall gain a day. I'm going to need a good barb to practice against. Possibly one that uses Widowmaker. And really puts the F's to me. Ain't trying to mess around. And just says, let's fucking go. Alright, I think this is a good max block set. Oh, wait, what am I missing? What? Oh, yeah, Helm. Alright, here we go. Max block, right? Yep. Sorry, I was in a pub. That's probably why there was pots there. Don't worry about it. Let's get the oak set up. Go, bro.
Not in town.
Santiana shall gain a day.
Greetings.
Santiana, the fast clipper ship. We took a few hams. We took a few hams in there. Yeah. I mean, we can continue to monitor it, but honestly, like if it's a little overkill at this point, you also have to take into account the dominance of trappers. Like, that's just something we have to take into account. Oh, shit. We was hoping to trap him there, but he got us. He got those swirlies on us. We can't be having that. We can't be having the swirlies. Oh, nice stun, dude. Nice stun. All right, we're gonna have to be on our game. Z ain't no chump. Z's got that nice. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna treat him like Marvel. So when we get stunned by Marvel, we lates around the map until the swirlies are gone. Oh, this is Jess. Okay, yeah, all right. All right, good stuff. Now I know. All right, no problem. All right, go, Jess. Let's do it. We lates around the map until the swirlies are gone, boys. No way, I thought I was gonna be able to south walk, but I couldn't do it. I was like, let's try south walk. I think I south walked in the wrong direction. I think you have to south walk to the left. All right, here we go. Still couldn't get out of it. FOH was too much. I think we don't have shit for light res though too. That could be it. That could be why our mana's getting drained. But I guess theoretically it wouldn't matter. Hold up, let me check. This is max block setup. Yeah, light res is trash. That's why we're getting drained. I really don't want to switch though, but I will because it's Jess.
Not here.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna switch to the. I'm gonna switch to the main setup, which should be a little better. So we go with this. We go with Spirit, SOJ Maras. That should be way better.
Good to see you.
I still think light res. No, light res is fine. Yeah, I thought south walking would be good, and it probably was. I should have just noticed when the swirls were gone. That was my mistake. All right, go. Oh my god. He's coming out again. Good fucking duel, dude. Holy shit. Terror spreads across Sanctuary yet again on non-ladder, boys. Yeah, that was a really good duel. It was close. He played very well. What did I miss, Root? What should I have done? All right, hold up. BRB. Oh, shit. Nah, never mind. Oh, I thought we was going to get another D-clone there for a second. I think it's already popped in this game, so we can't get it again. Good duel. I tried to fight back with Fireball and Self-Walk there, but I'm not... the Root didn't explain himself. Oh, wait, hold up. You could have been a love soon if you knew it too. More attacking? Okay, yeah, I assume that's probably what you meant. Like, Self-Walk and try to time the Fireballs. So that's what I tried to do there. My timing was just bad. I think a Self-Walk and a well-timed Fireball there, like, could crack him out of that rhythm. I don't think it's bad. Like, I mean, it's obviously a horrible spot to be in, but like, I don't think it's too terribly bad. You're gonna take damage. I think what Root is saying is if you have to, like, if you're gonna be in that spot, you should take advantage of it a little better. Which is what I'm trying to do now. All right, so he's respecing to VT. Yo, GG. That's sick. VT time, baby. All right, so that means we're really gonna have to treat this. We're gonna have to treat this with some serious respect. VT ain't nothing to mess with. I think if he's VT, he's probably gonna charge. So the south walking is not a thing. Just don't get hit. Don't get hit. Lure him into meteors. When he's on the screen, set it up again. Telly away and reset. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I probably wouldn't try it against a VT, though. VTs are a lot better at, like, if they telly stomp you with a hammer and it misses, good. I would rather take the FOH damage, and then I'll start teleporting away when my mana gets low. Like, I know that I'm probably not in danger of dying from the FOH. My mana is what I have to keep an eye on. So it's just like, it's the lesser of the two evils, as opposed to trying to CT teleport away and getting caught with a hammer. Your life is definitely in trouble at that point. So I figured it's the lesser of two evils. Yeah, after the FOH, he's going to be attacking. Yep. So FOH, you have to hit before the FOH goes off. I think that's the rhythm you have to get into, because it's the best rhythm. GG. Whew. Clean. Clean, boys. Oh, and he says,
What you need?
yeah, when he charged, that's when I was teleporting away. Like, if he was just gonna go for the smite, I don't think he could catch me with Blaze Run. But when he starts charging, I have to tell you away. Do I have negative fire res on? No. Nope. None. Fuck, I hit escape and I got owned. I think I could have got out of that. If I hadn't hit escape, I think I could have at least gotten out of that exchange. Again. Oh my god, he got me with a charge. Holy shit. Holy shit. Dude, when I go up against Marvel's VT, there has never been a time I've been swirled and been able to late my way out. I think maybe I've been able to late my way out of one interaction where the swirlies went off. And then I quickly got them again, and it was game over. Wow, that wasn't good. Is my ES still up? Nope. Oh my god, that was actually close. That was close. Why not block setup? Just because if the paladin, it's because you're being overly defensive. Like, if the paladin charges you, you should teleport away. Like, if the VT charges you, you should be teleporting away. You shouldn't be trying to block it. When you try to block it, it stops you in place and you get smited. So if they charge you, great. Teleport away. This is your opportunity. I can't chain at the moment. That's a chain, boys. Now that felt like I was dueling Marvel. Yeah, you get the swirls, you're dead. That's basically, if you've ever dueled Marvel. That's what it feels like. You get the swirls, go back to town. The duel is over. And it's because of that. You hold CT cast, it doesn't matter. Like, you can't get out. You can't get out by staying put, by self-walking. There's nothing you can do. It's just perfect timing. GG's, dog. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow, man. If you tune in for the D4, dude, we'll probably be streaming that for sure. Oh, damn sure. Let's check out. Hold on, I'm gonna see if anybody else is streaming here. None yet, dude. I see Toe, and I heard from P Money. Yo, you need those charms for P Money. All right. I was gonna say we got Jess here. I'd heard from P Money earlier. Gonna just play straight trap, yeah. Yeah, I'd be curious to see it though. Be curious to see. I think it'd be fun. It's gonna be fun to see like these guys go at it. These guys both have enjoy a win over 230 from last week. A very viable opponent. And these guys, wow, insane. Silly versus Doom is happening, right? Yeah, Necro versus Sork. Yeah, it should be. Yo, y'all should share your screen so we can see it. I'll get one more easy win in against Jess while we wait. Should be easy, should be no problem. Just don't get hit. It's the Cooley strategy. Don't get hit. Get a little ballsy. Don't get hit. Go, Jess. We got the swirls. We got to get the fook out of here. Oh my god, nice chains. Just get the fook out of there with those chains. Or with those swirlies. Just get the fook out of there. You got the swirlies? Nowhere on the map. We gone. Oh, I thought I was gonna get him with that meteor. It's like all on the VT at this, like in this duel. Like you have to be good at catching. Jess is really good. Some of those chains were nasty. Don't forget to host. Oh my god. That was a nasty catch. I thought I had that. He was so low. That's how a VT's got to be, man. It's just like constant aggression. That FOH combo is so nasty if you can nail it. It's so demoralizing. Woo! Close. I even lost my ES on that. I was kicking around just for that meteor to go off. I was like, please, dude. Please. Get there.
What you need?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yo, Joom, you guys about ready to throw down? Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh, I don't have ES. I didn't have ES. Fuck. I was like, that smite hurt. I was like, that was a heavy smite. Cast ES, you dumbass. No, so close. Oh my gosh. So much pressure, dude. That's nuts. Oh, that sucks, Carter. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I see. What's up, silly? Yeah, no worries, dude. No way. GG. That's nuts. The thing is with a fireball sorceress is if you want to do like significant damage, you have to try to lead your opponent into a meteor. Like, it's good with fireball, but fireball requires a lot of aim, and like, you know, it's a lot worse. I mean, meteor requires a lot more aim, but like, you can kind of kite them into a meteor, and it's like a huge payoff. Like, I feel like that's the strat. Oh my god, nice hit. Oh my god, these chains. Oh my god, how close was he? Was he even close? I don't think he was. He was full or close to it. I thought I'd like nailed him with a few meteors, but I could have been wrong. Oh man, that sucks, dude. That's scary. That's scary for a kid to say something like that. I thought for sure those train of fireballs was oh, we killed each other. No. I was like, dude, I started doing the elite fireball train right there. I was like, oh shit, what am I picking up manas for? I was like, this will work. It kind of did. Yeah, they were just out of range on that last one. Damn! The fireball train. By the way, I just want to kick over real quick. I see Silly is streaming, so these guys must be ready to go here. Let's check this out. Good duels, Toshank. This was fun, dude. Let's see what's going on here. That, or they're firing it up, getting ready. We're gonna check in. We're gonna see. Yeah, it looks like they're making a game right now. Boom. All right, this is Lol Silly's perspective right here. This is Lol Silly's. We're gonna get to see how a Necro puts it together. Chucks those spears down. Chucks those long-range bone spirits down. Against a full Vita Blizz Sork. Should be an interesting duel. Used to be an interesting duel back in the day. We have no mana pot rule in effect. These guys could theoretically waive it, but I don't know why they would. Yeah, this is going to be nuts. We're going to see how it goes. All right, let's plot back over to Lol Silly now that he's out of his messages. Yeah, Fireball Chain was pretty good. I found it was a pretty good counter. Oh, he's loading up his cube with manas. I love it. This is next level shit. I'm surprised we don't see an insight staff in there or something. I guess it'd be kind of hard to do with battle orders and shit. Yeah, I was surprised at how well those started working. I needed some sort of different answer to Jess there, so I started experimenting with shit because I noticed I just kept dying. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try something different. And dude, those chains were pretty sick. Like, so you just fireball train, and then when he chains you, he runs into him. So like, even if he gets the train or the chain going, he hits the train and it balls up the chain. The train balls up the chain. That was my thought process. It seemed to work. Like, he started catching on though too. That was the thing. Like, he started catching on and approaching from a different angle. All right, this is the full Vita Blizz Sork here from Doombringer. Let's pop over to it. Old boy got beat up tonight by Sin. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Fook sins. Fook 'em, dude. Man, I don't know what do y'all have this thing where, like, the woman in your life, right? She'll have all day to text you the most important shit. But when you can't, like, when it's, I'm not taking my attention off you boys, okay? I come here usually every Thursday to see sick fights, to see sick DFC, D2R PvP battles, okay? And you guys deserve my full attention, but sometimes they have all goddamn day. But they wait. They wait until you got something else going on before they say the urgent shit. Well, I got news for you. I got news for you. We've got pressing issues at hand. And coping with unrelated issues that deal with estrogen are not one of them. Well, dude, that matchup, Max, back in the day, what the Barb could do is just whirlwind lock the Sin. I used to love doing that. That was back when desync was a thing. You could whirlwind lock the Sin, Just teleport in, whirlwind lock, and then they never knew where you were at. They had to guess with their traps that they were setting up. It would kill noobs all the time because they had no idea. The skilled players, like if you had like a Chew 30 that you do that against, he'd wreck you all day. But like, there were so many other tricks because of the whirlwind desync on a barb. A barb was sort of hit by the lack of desync in D2R just a little bit with whirlwind, and I think that is a matchup where it actually kind of matters a little bit. Like whirlwind desync in that matchup was underrated. Well, are they getting res figured out? Is that what's going on? I gotta see what I gotta see what the hell is going on here. This is all right, here we go. Those were actually some good shots there. Looks like they should have landed from Silly. That was my game sound, not Doombringer's. Well, it can end just like that, boys. It can end just like that. It don't take much. Blizzard hits like a truck. All right, here we go, round two. Round one goes to the reigning defending top sorceress in the DFC, Doombringer. I love the breakdown, because I'm not gonna lie, I was looking at my phone, totally missed it. I totally missed it. Orb random direction win. Yeah. Dude, it seems like that. However, Doombringer's seeming randomness, I want you to pay attention to the screen that he sets up. So look at this. Much like it almost seemed, it probably seems random to a lot of my opponents when I kite them into a meteor and they're like, oh, I should have seen that coming. It's the same thing with orbs and blizz that Doombringer does. So he's going to teleport around, he's going to look for an angle, he's going to look for a way to set this up, and he's going to light the screen up with blizz and orbs. See, right there. Like, he's trying to kite him into this exact location. He's predicting where he's going to go, and he's trying to kite him right into it. Like, it happens all the time when I duel Doombringer on the... Oh my god, dude. I thought Doom was going down there. He caught some spears, and then boom, that was it. One blizz takes all HP. SMH. Dude, what's your cold res at? Very curious about this. Yo, show off your cold res, dude. When you get there, like what your setup is. Let's check it out. Let's check Silly's perspective out. What's he doing? So he's got probably like, yeah, 3200 life. What's the cold res? He is getting ganked by Blizz hard, dude. Yo, ask him his cold res, dude. I'm like curious to know this. That's a question I'm surprised Doombringer has not asked yet. Oh, is it right in chat? Look, maybe I don't want you to see everything. I think I put it there originally for a reason, because sometimes people say dumb shit, and then my dumb head blocks their dumb shit. because you never know what's going to happen in game. Don't worry, I'll tell you the important stuff. He's 391. Okay, so 391 could be 19 higher, which means he would take 19% less damage. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. With the cold setup, dude, it makes a huge difference. Like, you want every ounce of it. Like, you never want to skimp out on the cold res. For this exact reason, because if you do, like, it literally comes down to this. When you skimp out on that 19% cold damage that you could possibly have, you're actually taking 19% more damage. Like, 19% more damage than you should. Based on all of the calculations, it's nuts. Oh, word, okay. Alright, thanks. He should also have Oak up, I would think. Even if it double hits, he can actually, he can take more blizzes that way. Certainly Golem, right? At least. One would think. I could be wrong about that, though. I still don't quite understand how the double hitting works. Yeah, so one Blizz does like an absolute metric ass ton. Wow, dude. I like how Doom's like, he's coming in, he's like, he's getting out to avoid the spear, but then he's not allowing, he's like coming back in to not allow him to set up a spirit train, which is ideally, I mean, a pretty solid way to get a sorceress from range, but Doombringer's not giving him that. Like, when he goes to set up that spirit train, he's just on top of him. Like, he doesn't give him much time to set it up, just pops in, drops a Blizz. And then, yeah, you gotta, he's probably assuming a name lock too. Like, assuming a name lock with the, you know, with getting in close like that, which can potentially be dangerous, but there's certainly outs that he has, such as blizzing himself. You know, when a Necro starts stomping you like that. Now, granted, he is full Vita, so probably could only take 3 or 4 spears. Yeah. Oh, no doubt. I think it is. I think it's so weird because your window is so small with the Necro dude. Like, you need to grab the name lock and then chain and spear. Like, chain them, and when the moment's right, spear. Like, especially if you're full health, you might catch a Blizz, but the payoff is big. Because the spear can put him in stun animation, you can spear him and continue to chain, like, and then there's only a limited amount of time they can't Blizz again. So, that's why I think it's good to have a pet up. Or like some sort of like Oak Sage for sure. Yeah, probably around 3, I would guess. 3 spears. 3 spears, she's dead. It's interesting that he has a COA on, which I think might be a dual setup that he might have. The Necro, I think, has COA, Crown of Ages for a helm, which tells me he probably uses that for his cold stack setup. It might have some jewels in it, like resistance jewels or something. So it might be acting as sort of a dual purpose item, where he's going to use that for... he's going to use it for a lot of things. He's going to use it for physical damage, but he's also going to use it for to stack up that cold res. I think that could easily be a 230-20 with a lot of cold res, and it could be a better payoff. I mean, honestly, I think in this instance, it's probably better to give up a skill charm, like another skill charm, or even that cube that you have filled with potions, because you're not lasting a full belt. So like it might be better to give that up and to like just stack up the cold res. Like honestly, if you go to 401, I'm not gonna shake a stick at it, dude. Or 411 or whatever it is, because you have 5 resist all resist charms. Whatever. I'm not really gonna shake a stick at it. But like, yeah, because cold stack rules are like hard to get exact, to tell you the truth. Or he could drop 31 and put on a Raven. I think both setups are pretty similar. But he said 280, so he's fine with 291. See, I disagree. I think like the 19 more that he could have. Yeah. Like it's the way that it shakes out with PvP damage is that like that resistance is added in on the final hit, right? So after all of the PvP nerfs, like the damage has been nerfed to, let's say he does, oh, I don't know, 16k, right? Let's say it's 18k, right? Just to make it easy. You cut that down by 6, you know, or divided by 6, there's 3k, right? And then you resist, imagine now you have 391, meaning you have basically 0 cold res. You now take all of that 3000 damage. But now you have 19% more. You take almost 600 less damage PvP. It's very significant. It's very, very significant. That's assuming an 18k Blizzard, which is, I think, impossible. But, like, close to the absolute max damage you could possibly have. Like, so yeah, 19 resist doesn't seem like much, but it actually is. Yeah, so 25, yeah, that seems about right. So now take, all right, let's say you had, assume 380 to make it easy. With the penalty nerf, it puts him at literally 0 resistance. So let's say assume 20% more off from that, right? That's 500 less PvP damage with 20% more resistance. It's big. Like, it really matters. So, like, with all of the cold stack rules, it's so shitty going up against a cold sork because you have to, like, you want to nail that. You want to get your resistances, like, on par. But, and that's why I say, like, 1% over probably doesn't really matter that much. You're talking about 30 damage. Like, it's not really that big of a deal. But, like, dude, 20% down, that's crazy. That's actual crazy. Yeah. Yeah, you should always max them out with the cold rules. But yeah, GG's, boys. I'll put on an extra 19 res and see what happens. Yeah, I'd be curious to see too. Well, let's see. The first one brought you, after 1 blizz with full bow, brought you to 800 life. So put on like 19 or 20 more res. And my guess would be that it would bring you to 1300 life or somewhere around there. Like, it would save you 500 damage would be my guess. Yeah, and then soaks damage still. Like, there's also that. Like, people complain about the double hit. Holy shit, you see all those jaw runes? That's insane. Guys stacked up. Yeah, just put on the 5 res, dude. It's easy to get to 20 with the 5 res. Just like, just go 1% over. Yeah, 401, that's fine. That's fine. So you should take about 530 less damage now. Like, 401 is fine. Like, just add 30 onto the total that I think it's going to save you. You should be at, like, 1330 after a blizz. Assuming 3170 max life. He had cube for the mana pots, assuming that it would be a long duel. and that he could off-screen a little bit more, which I think was the original game plan. I would say after the first few duels, I probably would have got rid of it, knowing Doom's game plan. All right, yeah, so hit him again, dude. Hit him again. He's about the same life total. Smack him with a blizz. .401 DQ. I was just talking about that. Like, I wouldn't shake a stick at 401 because this is a difference of 30 PvP damage. Like, a lot of times people, like, just know if it ever comes down to you can't get a setup and it's like 401 for resistance or 361, no fucks given. Like, just run it. All right, so they're going again here. Yeah, that oak just saved him from a hit. Yep, and now he can take... Yeah, so he took 800 damage, which would have been the equivalent of... It would have put him at his old life total. It would have put him at 1,600. Or, no, I'm sorry. It would have put him at... What is it? Like, over 2,000 life. He could take 3 or 4 blizzes instead of 2. Like, and there it is. 20 cold res and oak, boys. I told you it matters. Like, it really does matter. He's taken 4 blizzes this duel. Like, there you go. 5th blizz, he dies. And that's the difference of, in that case, 20 cold res and oak. Yeah, dude, I saw at least 4 ticks of blizz that time. It might have been 5. Like, it's definitely better than 2. Like, it sucks because the cold stack rules are like... The cold stack, just how it works, sucks ass. I hate it. Like, I hate how cold mastery works. But the way that it's set up is like you always want to go to the max with it. Like, you never want to skimp out on it by any means. Yeah, so now let him switch back over to Hodo because he's on CTA side right now. But like, yeah, this is like regular life total. He's got Hodo on. Now crack him with a blizz and watch. It should bring him somewhere around. Yep, so a direct hit orb does 600 damage with a direct hit. Oh shit, no, okay, that was a direct hit. Oh, holy shit. With orb. Oh my god. And 410 res. Oh my god. Is 360-20 the way to go because of orb? Holy shit. I fucking hate cold mastery, dude. It's the worst. I just wish they would work it the other way around and make it do 5% more damage. Like, at least then, it would be easier to make rules around. $420, $425, maybe higher. 1x double hit on Druid and can be toast, no shit. Damn, boys. All right, boys. Toshank is jamming. We're gonna cut over. Thanks for testing that damage there. That was cool. That's very interesting. He just had 410 cold res and got a direct hit from an orb and fucking 1 life just about. God damn, dude. I hate cold mastery. I hate cold mastery, boys. Yeah. Yeah, possibly. God, we have so much res shit to settle. Every time we go back to cold, though, it always kind of comes out the same. All right, boys, here we go. This is P Money versus Toshank. Now, these guys, both of them, are enjoying a win over Chew 30 from last week. Toshank mirrored Chew 30 in NVD. They did a mirror match NVD, which was pretty insane. By the way,
Cooley coin deposit.
big shout out to you, XB Dog. Thank you so much, man. Let's pop back over. Oh, there it is. Toshank gets there. What? What just happened? Toshank quit. Toshank ended it. Scooped his cards to the zone. Oh. Boys. Well, shit. Well, shit. That's not... Hey, yo, do you want those poison charms, dude? You could kick back. You could kick back. You could go poison v poison. Also, Plague is a really good counter to that. Plague and, like, Whirlwind. Like, on a Telly Boa. That, I mean, that just seems like what I would do. I would just go... I mean, I'm not a good Sin player, but... It just seems like that's good. Plague against my fucking Poison Din sucks ass. Like, I hate it when people have Plague because I don't do shit for damage. Yeah, Telly Boa versus Sin is yeah, for sure. Yeah, no worries still. No worries. P Money! This boy is for real. This boy's for real. Riz better be ready. Because it's very likely that the winner of that, I was going to say, is probably going for the title next. Because those guys been knocking on the door, stacking up the wins. And man, that was nuts. GF and G's, boys. This is crazy. P Money for the win. He's so confused right now. Like, I'm checking him out in game. He's so confused. He's so confused. He's like, ... Trust me, I had the same feeling after dueling against P Money. It was demoralizing. In fact, what Toshank did was what I should have done after round one. I was demoralized. I was like impossible to catch and just had that aim. He had that setup. He had everything for me, man. And P Money coming at it with a 313 poison charms is what he had. He had a very good setup. I mean, it's certainly what you know, when mana pots are not a thing, you got to make multi-shot count. And that's basically the way to do it. Like, that's... Yeah. Yeah, 1-0 GG, man. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, P Money wins. P Money wins. Holy shit. Yeah, I would say like, it's tough. It's tough on a Sin for sure. My guess, though, would be that a Plague is probably the way to go. I'm not 100%. I'm not a big Sin player. But again, against the poison setup, you could rock the Plague, cut down the cut down the poison damage, but also if you go Chaos Plague, it slows down your trap laying speed, but at the same time, it can cut your opponent open. So when they're running away and they're getting cut open and they're losing life, all it takes is Shadow Bay Mind Blast eventually if you catch them with that Whirlwind. Especially if you can't get them in traps, if they just keep running away from you. Cut them open and run away from them. Look for an angle. That would just be my guess, but I'm not 100% sure. Riz has beat P Money before. So P Money has obviously leveled up. He's obviously ready for those Sins. He's stacking up the wins, delivering Toshank his first ever DFC loss on a Trapper. That's big news. So we're going to see how it pans out, hopefully next week, with Riz versus P Money for the DFC title. That is nuts. What a story of moving up from P Money. I think so too. But you never know. You never know. It's probably going to force, if he goes the poison setup, it's probably going to force Riz to put on a Plague, which is going to slow down his attack frames a little bit. I'd be curious to see. But I think with a player like Riz, it's certainly still going to be an uphill battle for P Money. Yeah, I totally get it, Toe. And honestly, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Toe's right. You can certainly win that matchup. It's just a matchup of great distance, wearing out the mana of the Boazon, making them teleport around and setting up traps after you figure out their patterns and just kiting them into it. It's not very fun to watch, but it's certainly the way to do it. I think Toe could have done it with enough time, but he's like, dude, I got other shit to do, and I can't blame you. I can't blame you. But dude, GG for P Money. I gotta say, man, like sometimes you just know. You just know when you duel somebody, they got the right setup, they got everything. It's not a duel you're gonna have fun in. And P Money set his on up that way with Poison Charms. Boys, I gotta say, I'm impressed to see it. I got high hopes. I want to see it do well. We'll hopefully see next week. Boys, I want to thank you so much for joining me this week. Good duels as always. A good Annie tonight as well. And a big cheers to you. Thanks for joining me on a Wednesday night. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for D4. I'll be over on Twitch, so make sure to drop in. Remember that watch time gets you those cool cosmetics, if those mean anything to you. So why not dump that watch time on your boy? Guys, I appreciate you. Have a great night. We'll see you in D4.